No, the guardian items were not directly employed by the courts in the...
No, they're contractual employees, and I would say for the last 2 or 3 years, I think if you look, they have been returning about 60% of their contract costs. In other words, we charge for their services, so we return about 60% of their costs.
But again, this is based on it's time to give employees a raise. They're contract employees, but you built in a raise basically for them as well, right? Okay.
That's a 5%.
So that's Judge, one other question. When we had a conversation not too long ago, I can't remember who it was, but one of you at least expressed some concern about being able to track expenditures for reporting.
Right.
Is that something that you've been able to work out and live within this structure, or is it something that
it's an ongoing process that we're going to have to try to work through? These reports don't match up with the state reports.
Right. So, just as a matter of information for everybody, it may be that over time, if we can't get the state reports to fit within our budget structure, we may have to make some tweaks to this to allow them to be able to track each individual court's expenditures for the reports that they have to do for the state.
I might add, I did attend a courts administrator meeting on behalf of the judges a month or 6 weeks ago, and there's an ongoing effort at state court administration, because they recognize that across the state, to work on that as well. The magnitude of it, I think, is much more than just realigning numbers. So it is an ongoing project that they've taken on as well, so there might be some technical assistance that their reports is kind of maybe a compromise between the quarterly reports that the courts do and kind of the systematic reporting.
And I guess I just want to make clear that as we made some of these changes for the sake of efficiencies, we certainly didn't intend to create any additional work for you guys, and so if it comes to pass that we need to make adjustments, please don't hesitate to bring those up so that we can talk about them and work out something that works for everybody.
Okay. Anyone have any other question on court services? Superior Court 3.
I thought that looked like mine, Gary.
Sorry. Good eye, Judge.
Same thing as far as the budgets. There's just the same request that the other gentleman made for the staff on the top section there. The only other increase on that page looks like his reference books, which just drives me nuts. But when the legislature does these massive overhauls of things, in particular the juvenile code or the civil code, you give a new book, and like it or not, there's no trying to whittle them down on how much the charges are going to be. They just send you a bill. Here's your book, here's your bill, and it's a monopoly. And it seems like we always run short in the reference book, so I just asked Corey and Bob if they would just go ahead and build it in up front instead of making have to transfer towards the end of the year type situation. I think we're living well within our means on the supplies, the other supplies, though.
All the other items were the same.
Yes. Thank you.
The other yellow marks next. There's a little bit more to that budget. Nope. Okay.
No yellow on that page? All right.
No yellow.
Made it too easy for you, Chris.
Yeah, thank you.
Nice looking.
I went to yellow because that's caution, you know.
I feel like I've accomplished something by not getting any yellow marks. That's good.
Again, referring back to the conversation we had several weeks ago, one of the issues was the sound system. I believe it was a recording.
Judge, that was in your area, wasn't it? He's having the horn, yeah.
Yeah, Rich has been working with us too on some microphones to help supplement what's already in place. Rich Rankin, he knows more about it than I do.
I raised that question because I don't see a capital equipment request here.
We did not.
Is that? Have you guys?
Well, we're not that far along in it really yet, and I know in your case that you were having a lot of problems with. That's kind of been a continuing problem in the courts. For some reason, we can't seem to resolve the sound systems in there to work, and I think Jeff will just have to kind of work on it. And right now, we really don't have anything to give you.
Okay.
I think IT might have thought that might be there.
Okay. Well, let's not
It's got to be
let it fall
resolved
through the cracks, because that was a significant concern. So we can address that when you're ready, rather than through the budget process. We can do an additional appropriation if we need to.
We just don't even, like it's been said, we're working with Rich, and we just don't know.
Good.
At this point, no one seems to know what we even need, so.
Okay. We'll talk about it.
Okay. Any other questions? Any comments you'd like to make, Judge?
I'm sorry?
Any comments you would like to make?
I think I have a couple of other kind of like sub-budgets to deal with.
4D. Got 4D coming up. Page you got on 4D.
The
C.A.S.A budget's really kind of a mixed bag, because the director's salary is paid out of the court's budget, and then the money that you're seeing here is money that the state is nice enough to send us every year, and it's based upon some very bizarre formula that basically, when you boil away the fat, it's how many juvenile cases you ended up with in the year prior, and they'll send you money. It's not really, I don't think there's a grant, because you don't have to apply and report back, but it's money that we have to match, and we do that through the salary that Ms. Bowen is paid as the director. And then what you're seeing up here is how the state's money is they kind of split up.
That's
No,
4D.
this is the wrong one. That's 4D. We moved on to something else.
Do you want CASA?
All right.
Yeah.
No, that's okay. 4D.
I'm sorry, I was...
Then Union County takes something into...
Thank you, Al. You're right. We joined teams with Union County to kind of show some efficiencies, and so the money that they get, which is far less than what Wayne County gets because their case number is smaller, they basically send that to us, and then part of Karen's salary is paid out of Union County's state funds as well.
They said the state was sending money, but we can't handle it, so they came here one day, Judge
Cox.
Do it. We'll do it. We give you the money and you do the job. Something like that.
Yeah, and it's worked out well for both counties. Really has. Yeah.
Okay.